Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Bill Allen sitting in for Winston Chester. We got a great show. It's a catfish special show this morning that we promised the other day. Wild Bill Shields is going to be here to go over the latest in catfish updates for fishing. But first, let's do the weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. We're looking at a high today of 74 with a low tonight around 53. Got a 20% chance of rain this afternoon, and north winds at about 10. High tide today is 3:28 a.m. and the low is 2:03 p.m. Average water temperature in the bay is staying between 68 and 69 degrees, so the weather and everything's holding pretty steady right now, and so is the temperature. We're looking at major fish times. It's 5:37 to 7:37 this morning, and then tonight at 6:08 to 8:08. Apalachicola River at Bluntstown is Appalachia's at 5 feet and it is on a slow fall. And Choctawhatchee River at Caryville is 4.5 feet and it's also at a slow fall. So, you know, the water's low and it's falling. You got to be careful running around out there. Remind everybody to wear a life jacket when you're on the boat. I know I never used to, but I do every time now. Well, let's go ahead and take this break. We'll be right back with our special guest. All right, welcome back. I am joined by my good buddy Bill Shields. What's going on, Mr. Shields?
Another day in paradise,
Isn't
brother.
it, though?
Yep.
Almost paradise, because last week at this time, we were packed up, headed to the houseboat at Howard's Creek
That's correct.
for what turned out to be an epic catfish weekend.
For us, it was epic anyway.
Yeah, not so good for the catfish, but for us, it was epic. Quick reminder, if you're headed down to Howard's Creek or anywhere on the rivers, tomorrow is opening day of squirrel season.
Yeah, that's going.
You know, there will be a lot of people down there, most of them armed. Not all of them are great.
Unfortunately, some of them not sober and armed.
Yeah, unfortunately. So it's something we look forward to every year, but we go a lot later in the year now with our families than we did before. That opening weekend gets a little bit hairy down there.
But I don't think I still don't think there's as many people go opening weekend as used to be. It used to be there would be thousands of people down there, and I just
don't see
that kind of numbers down there anymore. But to me, that's fine. I just soon not have the crowd.
I agree. Mentioned the other day, but if you're going to be out and you're going to be walking and sitting, wear something orange, whether it's a hat or a vest or something like that. But it's hard to see along that riverbank, and like I said, you need to do everything you can to protect yourself and to be safe, and wear a life jacket. Yeah. Okay, we lost a good friend a year or so ago, and I should have been better the whole time, but I won't go in a boat right now without my life jacket. And you can buy those that are inflatable when you fall in. They're not bulky or anything like that. And also, Bill, you know that river better than I do, better than most people. There are a lot of things sticking up when it's 5 feet and falling.
Yeah, as the river falls, there's a lot more logs that are now hazards to traveling, and you can hit one quick. And
we discovered an unknown one, but we were going very slow when we did headed to the trot line. So,
true.
I've promised the other day that we were going to you were going to let out the super secret new catfish bait.
Well, I'm not going to do it.
Well,
you lied.
I probably wouldn't be the first time. But so I have well known ridiculed over you the last 40-something years. We have baited trot lines and bush hooks with everything that anybody's ever heard about.
I will try it. If somebody says they've caught a catfish on it, I will give it a shot. I'll try it and see. Some of it has worked and some of it has not.
When we were younger, we had a big crawfish drag, and we stop on the ditches on the way down there and drag those things and bait them with live crawfish.
Now crawfish, I tell you, that's about as good as you're going to get live crawfish.
But that is a lot of work.
That's for a lot younger person than me who wants to get out there and run up and down those ditches with a drag. I'm not going to do that.
That's when it's special. We invite our sons.
True. That's like I say, younger people.
And we have used cut up mullet.
Yeah, and that's to some degree works.
Well, I have at least that stink bait, that blood bait you get at the tackle shop, which does work, but you need to do that with rubber gloves. And we've used ivory soap, which is the biggest lie ever told and still is.
Now,
a total and complete lie. Don't try not to continue it now, okay? Try not to continue it now. Don't waste your time. I know we'll probably get letters over that and everything. But you spend a tremendous amount of time on YouTube watching these fellows in Texas and other places.
Yeah.
And I should mention, not to mention the time that you cooked a big vat of soap.
Yeah,
catfish bait that
made
had
some soap with
everything
some menhaden oil and garlic, all that. And that worked to some degree.
And anyway. I believe that Lynette was especially proud of you because I think you did it inside, didn't you? And it wasn't the most
it wasn't. I did it on the back porch, but I used a lot of her stuff, so that was it took a while to get that.
Another proud moment from our wives at that point. So, all right, we're gonna. This is the hook. We're keeping you watching now. We're gonna go to commercial and come back and detail the hottest new catfish bait. All right, welcome back. I know the suspense was killing you during that, but here it is. What is the latest, greatest, hottest thing? And we can prove it this time.
Yeah, this is nothing that I came up with. This is nothing original. This is just something that I was watching YouTube, and I was watching these guys up in North Carolina fishing, and it's strawberry chicken. Which,
of course, we all know is a staple for the catfish diet. They eat a lot of chicken.
They eat a lot of chicken, But anyway, I like to use the thighs, and I go to the store and I buy a pack of the boneless, skinless thighs. And I cut it up in chunks, depending on if it on the trot line, maybe as big as my thumb. If I'm fishing with a reeling rod, maybe as big as my thumbnail. But you cut it up in chunks, put it in a Ziploc bag, get you a packet of strawberry Jello, and just take and put it in the Ziploc bag, seal it up, mix it all up real good, put it in the refrigerator overnight. Next morning, you got catfish bait, and you can't buy earthworms as cheap as you could buy.
And you pretty much the last couple of times couldn't buy earthworms.
Well, that's true. But I tell you what, when we're fishing with reeling rods, we've historically liked to use earthworms, and earthworms always prove up. But I think the last couple of times we've gone, we've kind of kept up with it. And the strawberry chicken, the little smaller chunks of the strawberry chickens outfish earthworms, which was kind of.
And then, of course, every time we've told this, why strawberry? Has anybody tried grape? You don't know that's just what those guys use.
I'm of the opinion, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Or raspberry. Or raspberry.
It works. I don't know why. It may work without the strawberry. It may just be the chicken. I don't know. But I'm not changing it because it's working.
No, we had great success on the trot lines, but fishing as well. Now, we've got those little small What are those rods?
Little ultralights, little
Ugly sticks.
ugly sticks, little 5.5 foot ugly sticks.
Little small ones that are shorter. I don't know, those aren't very big. With those small reels on them, and I still, as I bought some we had to get redworms the other day.
Right.
And we weren't wearing things out on the rod and reel, but
talking about that, we caught some fish on redworms, or you did. I didn't fish with redworms. I only fished with the chicken. And, a lot of the 8, 9, 10-inch fish that we caught with the redworms, but the chicken seemed to catch bigger fish.
That's true. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to continue to buy earthworms because I want those catfish that are about corn cob size, about that size.
Yeah.
That's what I want, and that's what I want to eat. But those fillets were pretty good too off those big ones. But it is true that I maybe caught 1 or 2 that were a little bigger than that. But you consistently caught bigger fish with it. Now, of course, you have one rod set up that was a bigger rod with a bigger bait on it.
Right.
And was fishing probably in the deeper parts of the hole. We were fishing you got to have good moving water. When we got down there Friday to the river, it was what?
Raining.
It was, besides being rained. Ran from the rain 2 or 3 times, but it was at 9 feet, 8 feet, something like that. It probably fell out 2 feet that week.
Yeah, it was dropping fast while we were down there.
So but
you had that
really
strong north wind
conditions.
too, and that north wind was pushing it out of there.
Yeah, we had really good conditions, and it just improved through the week. But certain places out there looking for holes, looking for water moving, creeks or log drags and that kind of thing. Of course, we've got the spots that we've fished for years that go back to and hit and check. And
yeah, it's always finding new places to fish, and it's there's plenty of fish there. There's plenty of catfish. I don't know. I'd like to see. I'd like to know, just in any given 100 square yards out there, how many catfish
I don't know.
on that river, but there must be millions of them.
That big, but
oh gosh.
But now you always, even if you're going to do the strawberry chicken or any of those other things, but you need. I'm still laughing at it. We sat here and caught all kinds of fish with it, but you're going to still need, and this is where you won't hear it anywhere else. You're going to still need a tub at least of redworms or earthworms because you've got to you have, when you pull up and get anchored up right, you got to reach in that tub and get that stuff that they're packed in for
dust and dirt
and put some of that in the water. You got to chum a little bit, and I've done it every single time at everywhere we stop. So if you forget that, you're not. It doesn't work.
Well, okay.
Well, I'm just telling you, it's a super. Now you got 2 super secrets. You got to put a little bit in that water all the way down there, get their attention. Say, oh hey, dinner's coming. So, all right, we do have some pictures to prove this. So,
and maybe we talk about cooking some of them too.
Oh, buddy. And also found out that Winston was at his place at Howard's Creek when we were cooking on Saturday.
Why were you eating
I had to explain around not calling him, which wasn't too good. I finally just told him it was your idea. You didn't want him down there. But we're going to take this break, and we'll be right back with some pictures and some recipe maybe. All right, welcome back. We got some pictures we're going to run up this time, and we ran the Friday night. We got rained out from running the trot lines.
Nope, not running them in the rain.
No,
not me.
Those days are gone. And also now when we run the trot lines, we bait them at dark and check them the next morning. That running it till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning ain't happened in about 40 years or so. But it worked just fine. And it worked just fine. So the first couple of pictures I'm going to show you is from Sunday morning where we ran the 3 trot lines that we had out. 3?
Yeah, I think so.
3. The other one we pulled up. Yeah, we pulled another one up. So we ran 3, and these that you see in the sink there at the houseboat are just part of what came off of the trot lines that morning, and they were pretty good size. All of them pretty good size catfish, plus a few we caught before we came back to wrap it up for the day. But then there's a picture of both Bill and I separately holding the big boy that we got, which was, we weighed him when we got back, was 15 pounds.
15-pound even, blue cat.
Big blue cat, off a trot line, off a big chunk of strawberry chicken, but we like to never got him in the boat.
Well, you're back there, I've passed the trot line to you. You're back there in the back of the boat fooling with this one, and I can see this one busting the top of the water a couple of hooks down, and I'm saying, Bill, we need to hurry. We need to hurry. We need to get down there. And you're not looking.
Well, I got a handful of catfish. I'm trying not to get stuck.
Well, you getting stuck is not a problem.
Not for you at that point.
I don't care if you get stuck. I want to get that catfish off there, but
wouldn't fit in the net. When I did get up there with the net, we couldn't get him in the net. He's still very much alive.
No, we got him with a lip grip and got him in the boat.
And managed to both of us stay in the boat.
Yeah, that's always a plus.
You may not believe this, but we're not quite as cat-like as we used to be around the boat. But however,
and even when we were, we would now and then fall in the water.
Would be the first time.
True.
Anyway, that I've been in the water. But also, I caught a big soft shell. You'll see him there with his neck sticking out of the net, which took forever. And that's when I had actually switched to put a real small circle hook on it, because if I had that brim hook on there, we'd have never seen him.
But that rascal probably weighed, what do you reckon? 12 pounds, 12, 10, 12?
He was huge.
You caught him on the ultralight.
On that little ultralight, just smoking that reel. You know, we had no idea. I thought it was a big flathead at first.
Well, it was like pulling a garage door through the water.
Man.
I mean, you just turned sideways.
That was a fight. And he got cut loose and released with very little contact.
Yeah.
Don't like them. So now I think you got a picture of Bill in one of the catfish, I think from Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, that he caught on the chicken with rod and reel. And I think that was all we had. Did you send some pictures over?
You've got them.
Okay, well,
he's got them.
It was a couple of us taking pictures of each other with those fish. But so the good part was when we ate big lunch Saturday, right? With the catfish.
Yeah. Saturday we did that, and we ate at lunch. I kind of like to cook them at lunch rather than at night. But anyway, so I know everybody's got their own recipes and their own ideas of how to cook catfish or cook fish, but to me, I have started taking the catfish and I'll cut them up. The fish that are small enough to fry whole, of course I fry them whole, but the bigger ones that we fillet, I cut them into strips about as big as my finger, and then I salt and pepper them, and I put them in buttermilk and Crystal's hot sauce. And I mean, I'll put, probably quarter to a half a cup of Crystal's hot sauce in a Ziploc bag, zip it up, just put it in the fridge for a couple of hours with the buttermilk and the Crystals. Take it out and drain it, bread it. I like to use fish fry.
No, you don't.
Huh?
Chicken fry.
Well, fish fry or chicken fry. I like the chicken fry. Chicken fry will fry up a little crisper. I think it's got a little cornstarch or something in it.
I started buying that a few years ago to do squirrels in, and told Bill about it, and then
it's good. Chicken fry is good, but you can use whatever breading you want, and then I fry them at 375 degrees until they till they're done. And when I say done, I don't mean floating at the top done. I don't mean dry. But when they
You just keep pushing them back down.
Yeah. When they'll flake, they're done. Take them up, and then
We went to a fish fry many years ago with a buddy of ours was doing brim, wasn't he?
yeah.
Those things would float up and they were beautiful, and he was cooking them, and he kept pushing them back down. I thought I was going to have to restrain Bill to keep from taking over from him.
Well, anyway, and you got to get you some Sweet Betsy's Hush Puppy mix, and if you can get some candied jalapenos, chop those candied jalapenos up, put it in the Hush Puppy mix, and fry those Hush Puppies at about 350. I'm just telling you.
That is some kind of good.
It just doesn't get much better
If
than
you
that.
haven't had those candied jalapenos that, well, you make them, Greg makes them, but you put them on tuna dip, you eat them, with just about anything, but it's not that hard to make.
Matter of fact, that biggest catfish that we caught, I've got him at the house. I've got him thawing out right now. I'm gonna smoke it. I'm gonna smoke that catfish, and I'm gonna make some smoked catfish dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna try it with some crackers and candied jalapenos and see how that works. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
That sounds good. All right, man. Well, all right, we've let all the secrets out now. It's all over with. There's not going to be any catfish left on that end of the river. We'll have to, if everybody's going to use that now, so they'll eradicate the catfish. But
Well,
anyway,
maybe eradicate the chicken out of Walmart. I don't know.
we appreciate you watching, and sometime today you're going to have a chance to do something good for somebody. Take that chance. You'll feel a lot better about it. God bless, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.